So I heard a rumor that there's only going to be 2 more. If it were up to me, they would never end. By the time I died, I'd like them to be around
Your
Fast
mic's
100.
a little too close.
My mic's
Sorry.
always too close.
Just push it a little bit.
They are not. Oh boy.
I think they're going to space.
They're not going to space.
I think they're going
they
to
are,
space. I think they're
and that's
gearing
not
up
the
to go to
move.
space.
I think the
Them and
Cars.
Bezos? Who's going to space? Bezos or Gates?
Everybody's going
I think
to
the
space.
Cars
No,
franchise.
which one's actually going to space, though, with their brother? One of them's going to space.
Yeah,
Cars
Bezos is going
franchise
to
is better
space.
than the Fast and Furious franchise.
Well, the similarities are...
Not at all. There's 0 similarities.
They both
that's
have
ridiculous.
cars.
They both have cars.
They race.
A lot of movies have cars.
Yeah.
One has Owen Wilson, so that's already, and Michael Keaton, so that's already a one-up.
The Fast and Furious movies are so good. What is in the one he refers to it as what, like automobile warfare or something like that?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
I don't know if automobile is the right word, but it's something like something warfare, and I'm like, that's awesome. Imagine doing that. That would be so
That's
cool.
what we're doing here.
Have you ever seen
That's
the
why
Death
we do
Race
this.
movies? That's like kind of what the Death Race
Yeah.
movies are with Jason
And-
Statham.
Yeah.
And those movies.
I
are
mean,
fun.
Jason
well, there's only
Statham
one.
and-
He's only in one of them.
Jason,
That one's
him
fun.
and Vin Diesel are kind of the same person if you just put a little more weight on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Statham, what a man. But yeah, no.
I like those movies too, though. It's the same thing.
But like,
But the thing about the
it's
Fast
just
and
too
Furious
much.
movies that's different than that, though, is like the cars are so cool and real, whereas
Yeah.
in Death Race they're like,
they have
they're in a
guns on the
prison.
cars.
yeah, they're
Those
trying
are
right.
Well, that was my problem that I was just telling you that with Hobbs and Shaw is that I know it's
That's a
spin-off.
spin-off.
I know it's a spin-off, but it's
So
still
bad.
under the Fast and the Furious like banner.
know, but
and
it's
the
a
cars in
spin-off.
that movie, and it's a spin-off, but still the cars in that movie were garbage.
but the
Yeah.
car people aren't even really in it. Like Hobbs isn't a car guy.
Didn't-
Hobbs' role
That
in the
movie
Fast and
shouldn't
Furious.
have been made.
No,
though.
I
It's just
disagree.
not that
Hobbs'
good.
role in the Fast and Furious originally started as like the law enforcement officer turned like joined the family. You know what I mean? Once
Yeah.
they started working for
all
Mr.
about
Nobody.
no, I get it. I'm just saying that I
And
feel
Shaw
like a
is
big
kind of the
part of the
same way
Fast
where
and
Sh-
Furious franchise is the Fast, is the cars, and it was just
but that-
it
but
just wasn't there in
It's
that
a spin-off.
spin-off.
It's Hobbs and Shaw. It's
Look,
not-
I mean,
I
the
personally
thing is,
think-
you're a fan, so it doesn't bother you. So I mean, that's what's important.
Yeah.
So that I mean,
Personally, I think they should have stopped after Paul Walker. I think that's the last good one that they like. The
What
last
was that,
decent one that they made.
six? That was seven?
That was
Seven.
7. I think it's the last like decent one.
well, they've only made one.
I feel like
since
that's a
then.
real basic take.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
that's a real
He's never,
take.
he's never watched all 8.
What do you mean? They ever
And
since
also-
7, they've
I feel like
gone
that's-
downhill.
I just feel
They've
like
just
that's
gone
something like,
downhill.
There's only been one since then.
Yeah, and it was trash. Fast Furious 8. Are you kidding
gone
me?
downhill.
Oh
That's
my
No,
God.
and that's also not even the
And
name.
Hobbs
First of
and
all,
Shaw.
it's Fate of the Furious.
Oh,
you moron.
So fucking cool.
I feel like that though is something like you're smoking a cigarette, and some people, the way that some people are like.
Yeah.
I stopped watching SNL after Sandler and Farley were out. It's just not as good.
It isn't though.
Oh my
no,
God.
I wasn't talking about SNL. I was talking
Okay.
about.
Because like I get it, these are different people, but if you just
It's not just because of Paul Walker. It's just it happens to also be
No.
because Paul Walker isn't in it.
Like-
I think that's definitely part of it. I
No.
think Fate of the Furious was not a great movie.
I didn't.
And
I
you
did
want to
not
talk
see it.
about like movies that don't tie into the other ones? Like honestly, Tokyo Drift is the one that has
Yeah.
the
Best
least
one.
relevance to all
Yeah.
the other
It
movies,
is
though.
the best one. One of the best ones.
I like.
Joe is not a passionate fan of the Fast.
I'm
and
not a
Furious
not a
passionate. You're
fan
right.
at
I'm
all.
not.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not.
movies. If you try to tell me that Tokyo Drift is the best Fast and
It
Furious
is.
movie, you're banana land.
I love watching movies like that where it's so interesting to see. When did that movie come out?
What Tokyo Drift? Probably 2002.
Yeah. I just like that one so much because of like nostalgia. Honestly, that's a big nostalgia one. For
I
me.
just love seeing technology from
Don't
that
you
time.
know you
Everybody's
Tokyo.
taking flip
Yeah.
phones
No,
so
you Tokyo.
seriously.
You know that song?
Yeah. Also,
Tokyo
the cars,
Drift,
the cars in
Drift,
that one were
Drift.
so cool. The Hulk. There's a Hulk car. There's like a Hulk car that like someone drives. And
Ooh.
that's a really cool car.
Speaking of the
I
Hulk,
think the best one is Fast 5.
yeah,
Fast Five's good.
Fast Five is- that one
good.
is good. Yeah.
Fast
Without
Five
a
is
doubt.
really good. I like Fast.
And that's
4
when they're
too.
in Brazil. That's when like
The fourth
Hobbs,
one's good.
That's the first introduction of the Rock.
Yeah.
to the,
Yeah.
I like
to
the fourth
franchise.
one too. That's like the fourth one kind of like rebooted.
Well, because the fifth one, yeah,
series.
and then the fifth one is where, like, at the end of it, you find out that Letty is
Yeah.
still alive.
Yeah.
And then the 6th one is when they're fighting her with the drug cartel.
Yeah.
7's where they kill the one Shaw brother, right? And then 8 is where they work with.
Oh,
I
that
didn't-
sounds
yeah.
right. I don't know, but that I'm pretty
Or no,
sure
they
that's
kill the
correct.
Shaw brother in 6, I think. But then in 7, they fight against the other Shaw. 8, they have to work together. They fight against him because they're trying to steal God's Eye. 8, they work together because somebody else is trying to steal God's Eye. Remember, because Dom goes bad because they take his. When Letty was dead, he like finds another girl, ends up having a kid with her, but he didn't know that.
Right. I do remember that. Somebody outside of this room knows exactly what you're talking about, but the two people in front of you are a little bit lost.
It's so convoluted.
I saw
It's such
there's
a
in one of the
convoluted series.
trailers for 9. There's a scene where it's Dom and Letty, and he's in just like the classic all black Charger, and he's driving straight at this cliff, and there's like some type of wire attached to the car, and it's just like dragging with the car as it's going, but he can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So he spins the car so that as it slides off the cliff, the wire gets caught around like a pole, and he swings the car across like the cliff and onto the other side of like the ravine.
The best Dom Toretto stunt of all time, though, is at the Universal
ride.
Studios ride. Fast
The
and the
ride
Furious
is a
ride.
little
Have I
cheesy.
rode that ride?
I wouldn't.
I don't think so, because you haven't been there in quite some time.
The
and
last
it's
time I
pretty
was
new.
there was for Gringotts, so it might not have been
Yeah,
there.
it was after Gringotts.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
this part in that ride where a helicopter comes in. It's
They're
all
trying
you're
to
like
shoot.
surrounded by screens.
Okay.
And Dom is in a car next. You're in like a bus,
Mm-hmm.
and Dom's in a car next to you, and he sees the helicopter, and he goes, "Don't worry, I got this," and he just jumps and grabs onto the helicopter, and then the helicopter.
No, the
flies away.
helicopter.
God.
You're on like an overpass, and the helicopter's like level with you. So he jumps out onto the helicopter, and he's hanging out of the helicopter, and the helicopter starts to fly up, and he's able to like yeet the helicopter down. The helicopter spirals into a crash, and he falls like back into his sunroof of his car.
Yeah.
Incredible. Did it replace another
Yeah.
one? What
Did it?
replace?
It had to have.
I don't know what
I have
it
no
would've-
idea.
I don't know what
I
it
don't
would
know
have
what was there before.
Because the design of the ride is
Is it the
almost like
Transformers? No, no way. It replaced the Transformers.
no, Transformers is still there.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a different spot, but the design of the ride, it definitely replaced something because
Oh,
that's
it
not how you would.
replaced that disaster ride. I
Yeah,
think.
because that's how it is. You're on the bus and there's screens
Yeah.
on both sides of you, and you're
Oh, I
driving.
loved that
forward.
ride. That
And
was
then
a
there's
dope
some.
ride.
There's some like real like propage. You know what I mean?
That's
like there's
cool.
some areas.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could see that. That's kind of sick.